everybody, and welcome to Dadcast.
With the man, then.
Now, there's a running joke that seems to be happening between me and young Jason here. I keep saying we're doing things a little bit differently every show, but it's because we are doing things
mixing it up.
differently.
We're still finding the format.
Show. I mean, look, we've got a small table now. We've got a small table. We may be a bit closer to you, and there's only two of us.
Just the two of us.
We get. But enough of that. This is Dadcast with the man them. And obviously, you know, we've been doing this for a couple of episodes now, and we're giving you new topics every single week. So what is the topic today?
So we have been looking at the fact that it's summer and having kids and going solo. So we're breaking it up a bit and kind of talking in stages, but yeah, the date is what, the 26th?
Something like that.
Of August 2017. So the kids are coming up to the end. We've only got a few weeks till they're back at school, so we thought it'd be good to just look back at some of the stuff we've done. And then just try and think of any ideas that we'd like to, things that we would have liked to have done but haven't been able to, and that kind of stuff, which would be pretty good.
That would be really, I mean, looking at the summer now, you know, when we were younger and it was summer holidays, 6 weeks is a long time. But as a parent, have you found it gone like quicker?
It has. Part of it as well is obviously working in school. I have the time off, but for the first time I've been working for part of the summer as well. So meeting with my young people and stuff. So it's been trying to juggle. Like those that read the blog will see that I realized that I spent like almost a week where I actually wasn't spending a lot of time with Nicola and the kids. I was doing bits at work, and then I ended up just kind of staying at home and realizing, wait, I feel in an odd mood because I've just been staying at home or going to work when actually I haven't been going out and kind of enjoying stuff with them. Like, what have you been doing with your lot?
So the 6 weeks holiday has been a funny one because this is the first time I've actually had to do, 6 weeks holiday as a parent, and it took us months to kind of figure out how we're gonna do it, because obviously we only get certain amount of annual leave, and we decided to, most of our annual leave is used on half terms or summer holidays. So I took the first week, my mom took the second week. We sent Zaire to holiday club for week 3 and 4.
Okay.
And then Sherelle's mum had Zaire on 5th week, and then 6th week Zaire's going to be with Sherelle, and then it's back.
So what about with Kida? What did you guys do with Kida?
So Kida, now she's still at nursery, so
and they're open through summer. Yeah, that's good. So we found that with the girls as well, that it was Nicola didn't like sending them, but yeah, it was good that we had that option where if we were stuck, obviously where I was working, I was able to have the 6 weeks off. What's been quite good is Nicola's taken a step, and she's now officially a childminder, so she has been at home. One of the things we've been thinking about is how the little ones that she's looking after, how they're going to cope when the girls go back to school, because they won't be there all day kind of thing. Like the kids love Jada. But yes, it's, I guess it must be hard for you guys having to kind of put Zaire into some sort of club when really you just want to be at home with him.
Yeah.
He's got a chance to be home. So
exactly. There's so much stuff that I wanted to do with him, but nevertheless for him it was good because he got to do something different every single week. So, he's happy, and for him, it's gone kind of quick. He hasn't gone, oh, I want to be back at school or anything like that, which I'm happy about. But yeah, dads, how do you sort out your summer holidays? What kind of things do you do? Do you have to take off, all your time? Do you have family that, help and support you through the summer holidays? Let us know, especially the dads who have moved from, say if they live up north and moved down south and their family's not about.
Yeah, because that's where we're quite lucky because we've both got quite nice bases around us. So it's always been quite nice even when the kids were little and doing that transition of going back to work and that kind of stuff. It's nice to have the family that you can kind of bounce the kids around and being able to do that. Yeah, it's one of those where it's not really thought out for the working parent. Yeah, just because it can end up costing loads just to kind of find something for them to be involved in over that time.
But what did you do with your kids over summer?
So the girls have been on quite a few trips. Nicola's somebody that always likes to do. Anybody that knows me knows that I love my living room. I love being laid back and just chilling like that. The girls have been to the zoo. There's like a dino exhibit. They went to the zoo. The girls loved it. Whilst they were there, I went over to my mum's and see my sister, and I was saying, oh, the girls are going to start. She's like, oh, I've been to that. Okay, what was it like? She's like, oh, the dinosaurs are not even that real. And I was like, mate, you're like 20 odd. Like, think about a 7-year-old. It's a good time. And she was like, oh yeah, actually, that does make sense. So yeah, but the girls loved seeing the dinosaurs and stuff. We're taking them to Western tomorrow. We were going to go a few weeks back, but then I'm trying to think what happened. I'm not sure. I think it was just because the weather was just horrible, and then stuff come up, so we just kind of had to put the kibosh on it. No, tell a lie. It was when Jada was sick. We were supposed to go to Western, but yeah, she was sick, so we ended up.
I mean, the weather doesn't help. British weather.
Oh my lord!
Boo.
What have we had? Like when you again? I guess for you being a working parent who your weekends is the only time in the majority when you're free. We've had like 2 weekends, maybe 3 that haven't rained, but the weather still hasn't been like, oh yeah, we can just go somewhere and it'll be fine.
Yeah. I mean, I think just trying to think of what Zaire has done as well. So he's gone to SS Great Britain.
Okay.
He's gone to the museum. We're taking both of them to the cinema tomorrow. So it'll be Kida's first time going to the cinema, which will be interesting. He's done quite a few things, and we've given him the activities books to do as well, because that's another thing, like trying to upkeep, the school thing going during the summer holidays, and not making him forget. Okay, you do still need to read. You still need to do.
That's the thing. We've to be fair, this time we've been quite. I don't want to say lackadaisical, but we haven't been as on it. I expect over this next week we'll try and make sure, because there's been times where the girls have had like homework over the holidays, and it's a bit harsh to make them do it, but we still try and. It's the thing, you don't want them falling out of that routine of school.
Yeah.
That can obviously hit that can hit kids quite hard. But yeah, I'm just thinking with some of the thing that's really good is where Nicola's so active, the girls do have stuff to do all the time. Like she bought, one of those passes for play space. Yep. So rather than paying per session, she said it was a hit at the beginning. It was like £50, I think it was, but she can just go anytime. So whereas when she normally goes on a Thursday, but where she would try and get there first thing in the morning and stay for as long as she could to get her money's worth, she doesn't actually mind. There's been a few times where they've been in the afternoon like, oh, girls, you want to go play space? And then they just pop down there and go for an hour or two. Like, I think things like that work out quite well. When you kind of look at that. And just trying to think, it's really weird because of because we knew she was going to be going to childminder, we didn't actually have any kind of longer term plans. We don't tend to do anything going away in the summer. But yeah, it was really, in our lives, it was quite interesting looking at, okay, you're going to stop working. So as soon as she's able to childminder, so she's looking after, I'm going to get it wrong. She's looking after kids from 4 separate families now, and she doesn't have them all every day. But yeah, it's going quite well, and I think she's quite surprised how well it's going. It's quite nice. Like for me, we'll go into it in another time. Like Dad's dealing with other people's children, but for me, I've been trying not to. Obviously, I'm never going to impose on what she's doing in her work, but I've been very aware that this is other people's children that they've entrusted to Nicola. I just happen to be this guy that lives in the house. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, everybody's been quite cool, which is quite nice. Trip ideas then, Kenny. Is there anything that you've wanted to do but you haven't been able to do?
Yeah. Well, take the kids to Western. That's one thing I wanted to do and haven't done. And obviously, me and Sherelle being off at the same time, it's hard to to do that. So generally, if a bank holiday comes up, then that's also a good time. And also, if I have a week off, because Sherelle doesn't work on a Monday, if I have a week off, then that Monday we can do something,
Okay.
But and taking, a weekend and stuff. Weekends are always busy. There's always things to do. So taking the kids to the beach, that is definitely something that, I want to do. And also want to take them to like, is it like Peppa Pig Land or Legoland or
World,
all that kind of stuff I want to take them to.
The thing is like, it's worth, I guess it's just a quick plug. It's worth looking at on Facebook. Have you heard Hot UK Deals?
Yep.
So they have their own parents, like if you can find one that's specifically for parents, you have to ask to join the group, and then they kind of, I don't know how they choose, but they accepted me, so they didn't do much of a background check. But what's really good is that they do ping up stuff all the time, like, oh, trip to Legoland costs this much if you go through this deal, or there was a safari park, but when I looked, it was obviously really far, so it was harder to kind of do as a spur of the moment thing. But it's really good being part of those groups, because then you find things quite a lot. Go on.
I was going to say, Dadcast with the Man Them, sponsored by Hot UK Deals.
One day. The thing that was quite interesting is when they threw up a thing, there was like Lego Friends, and Argos had made a mistake, and it's supposed to be £5 off when you spent £30.
Yeah.
But what had happened is it was just use the code and it took £5 off, so you could buy 2 of the little sets for like £3, and then use the £5 off, so it was costing £1. By the time me and Nicola got on there, like, everything said out of stock, bar like 2 things, and then by the time I logged in and went to pay for it, out of stock. But it's pretty good following those kind of sites because, like I say, they come up with all the different deals, or Groupon every now and again. We took the girls Legoland once, but that was a Groupon, and I think we ended up saving like 60 quid or something on our tickets, because those trips, they can be really expensive, and even when you look at it, the ticket price, okay, you got so much money off the tickets, you have to take a lunch, which is going to cost money, or you risk it and buy a lunch there, and that's...
extortion.
But yeah, so I guess a quick question could just be like, when you go away, do you pack a lunch or do you buy a lunch there?
That is a good
Something to
question.
think about.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll just go to a quick break and we'll be right back.
Hey guys, do me a favour. We really want to get as many subs as we can. Never miss a show. Click that button. And if you're not on a PC, here's how you do it on your phone. It's quite simple, really. So just take those 2 seconds, hit subscribe, and it would be much appreciated. Thank you very much. And guess it's back to you in the studio.
Okay, hope you didn't mind the sound of my voice and you get it back after the interval too. So just continuing with trip ideas. Some of the things that I like to do, we haven't done it for a while and the girls are older, so they'll have the memories even back. So we've got pictures every time we go, but taking them to like Longleat Safari Park, they're just things like taking the girls through the hedge maze and stuff they've got there and taking them to some of the play areas because, there's the two of them. When we've been before, there's always been somebody who's a bit too little, but this time, they're 5 and 7 now. They can both take themselves off. Me and Nicola can sit on a bench or we can just sort of walk around with them. Sometimes I struggle a bit with them in places with loads of people.
Yeah.
So the Balloon Fiesta, they went to that. That's something that they've done. And they enjoyed the night glow. But I have not taken them because I get really, it sounds really strange, but I get really anxious about the thought of me being around my children with those people. Like when Nicola takes them, I know they're safe, they're with their mum, and it's something that Nicola deals with and sorts out, and that's great. But yeah, if there's somewhere that's really busy, I really struggle myself taking my kids because I'm just very much like, I want to just put a bubble around them. Anybody goes into that bubble.
You're not the only one.
I'm
exactly the same. I'm that parent. Like, I'm very much like an organized kind of guy. Sherelle's very laid back and it meshes well. But when it comes to like having the kids and being out and man, I'm like, stay close to me, please.
Yeah, I struggle. When we went to Legoland and they got like the water park bit and it was really nice and they had a little playground. But there were just so many people and kids flying around everywhere that like Nicola pretty much said to me like, you go sit over there and I'll be with the kids, it'll be fine. Because it's those where, Jess will go play one place and Jada wants to go on like a slide. And Nicola's fine, she's got an eye on both of them. She's like a chameleon, like eyes separate ways. But me, I'm like, they're not an eye line, they're not, but yeah, it's just something I'm getting over. But yeah, a trip I would have liked to have done would have been to go to like a safari park. I never go into monkeys because you just end up with stuff missing off your car.
Yeah.
And another thing would have been Western, but thankfully we're going tomorrow. I mean, you said you haven't taken kids to Western. It's a bank holiday, so think about it. Speak to Sherelle.
Yeah, well, they're saying that, but we've got plans for tomorrow, man. We've got plans for bank holiday, cinema.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Looking at the cinema, taking kids to the cinema is really interesting because I've taken them with Nicola, I think once or maybe twice we've been. Nicola goes to, I think it's at Odeon. Yep. They do like one for little ones at the cinema. Matinee. It's quite early, but it's quite cheap. It doesn't tend to be brand new films, but yes, quite a good time. The girls enjoy it. But sitting at home, I guess Zaya's getting to that question age. Do you get it where you watch a film and I won't even say 5 minutes, less than that, there's a question? Is he there yet?
He is kind of there now, definitely asking questions about things, which I'm cool with because I want to kind of explain. My problem is Kida. She won't sit, she'll sit down for a bit and then she'll either fall asleep or she'll get up and start wanting to do something else. And I think maybe once we get to the cinema, it'll be different because it's big and
and it's purpose built, isn't it? Yeah. It's all dark and stuff. The thing that we found is a few weeks back, I thought, I'd introduce the girls to Harry Potter because they're into all magic and all that stuff. And I just thought, you know what, we'll start off with the films, see what they think. Because what's really good is that I've said to Jess, but I'm not sure she's taken it in, that there's books, and I'm pretty sure my sister's got a collection, so Jess could read through those books. It's also trying to find things that age appropriate, which is difficult, but I thought, you know what, we'll try Harry Potter. Watched the first one, and she had a few questions, but it was fine. Watched the second one, and then I can't remember what had happened the day before, but me and Nicola pretty much took it in turns to snooze in between, so Jess didn't really have anybody to ask questions because we were sleeping. But we watched the Chamber of Secrets, and there's a part in it, there was questions all the way through. Silly things, like somebody walks through a room, why did the man come through that door? Jess, I'm watching the same thing that you're watching. Does anybody else feel this pain with their children? I know, for example, that my mom will say to me, you used to do that, and my stepdad will say to me, you used to do that. I get it, but I feel there's no way I could have been on Jess's level. One of the ones where I didn't mind the questions, although it was grating, was there's a part where they Harry Potter and Hermione, they go back in time to like retrace their steps. Trying to explain time travel to a 7-year-old is difficult. Jada got it a bit more digested, but that conversation just kind of continued going. But
I bet you wanted to pick up the one and go, Expelliarmus!
Yeah, no, do you know what? I wish you watched Men in Black and I had the thing just to neuralize it. You did not watch this film. Don't worry about it. We're moving on. I was just thinking, we were talking about the first time having our kids solo, and I was trying to think of, I can't really remember the first time I had Jess solo. Obviously, it would have been when she was like really tiny. I'm thinking, taking the kids out, I'm getting better with it. So in the mornings doing their hair and stuff better. But there was when I mentioned it to my stepdad, he said to me, well, you know what my story would be, won't it? I was like, which one? He's like, the time I took you to Vassals Park. I was like, oh yeah. So what had happened years ago, and it was the first time he took me and my sister out. And in Vassals Park, you know, when you go in, there's like the massive, it's where like the pirate ship and stuff is now, but it used to be like, there used to be a big area with loads of sand, and there was like a climbing frame, and there was like these buckets on chains, and people used to put sand on it, and you lift it up and pour it into something else, go on the tubes and all that. Well, I went in there, and I vaguely remember, I don't know how old I was, about 6, I think, possibly. And I remember playing with these kids, and we were putting the sand on and stuff. And then one of them had like lifted up the thing, and then as I turned around, they dropped it, yeah? And it like scraped my face, and like it ended up like not taking off my lid, obviously, because it's there. But I did have to have like an eye patch for a little bit. And from my memories, I vaguely remember like just kind of the scratch happening, being an absolute pain, because not only does something scrape my face, it holds sand. Oh. So I've got like sand in open wounds on my face. And I remember this woman just shouting, "Whose child is this? Whose child is this?" Then I vaguely remember being in hospital for a bit, and then I remember getting home with my eye patch, and Mum giving me a colouring book. Like, that's the kind of things that I remember, but Darren he wanted me to share that story, because that was his first time, you know.
The eye patch?
I didn't have a Pirates one, it was
have you got a picture?
I don't think there are any pictures of it, yeah. I don't think that picture exists. I think, you know, this was back in, like 1993, 94. So I don't think my mum would have like got out the Kodak. Like, I don't think she would have done it, and then have to take it to the chemist to get developed.
Yeah, true.
Whereas today, oh, what, you're injured? Snap.
whilst you're in agony, snap whilst they're in agony. Oh, my leg's hanging off. Oh, wait, let's just do this for the gram.
Yeah, no, I need this for the Dadcast blog. Like, Jess is there. If you've seen it on the blog, Jess had quite a week of it the other week. She ate an elbow from her sister, and she had wobbly teeth. She did have wobbly teeth, but she ate an elbow from Jada, and it took out the straight tooth, and she had a crooked tooth. And then, yeah, that one eventually came out. Jess has had quite a week of it. But yeah, just thinking, is it worth us moving on to the poll quickly?
Yeah, let's go on to the poll. Okay, so seeing as, you know, the subject matter that we're talking about is, you know, the times when we brought our kids out by ourselves for the first time, we decided to put a poll out on Facebook and to Twitter and various social media about, do women trust their partners to dress their children when they're not there?
What I loved is, I don't know if it was Bingo. Somebody commented on how they dressed them like, what was the description?
Oh.
Somebody's description was basically saying about how they dress their child like a certain character. What I find tends to happen with me is sometimes I will get the girls dressed, I will do their hair. Nicola finishes work. She would finish work. She comes back, then like I'll pop out, come back, and her hair's different. Or like I'll go out, I'll come back, and then like top's different. I'm like, why is it different? Now Nicola says that even if she does their hair, it tends to need to be done by the middle of the day because they play. The hair gets messy. But sometimes I'm like, was it not good enough? Like, you know, I'm trying here. Okay, I'm not used to doing. But Jada's got better at not asking for things that are really complicated because she used to ask. I can just about plait. If it's on the back, if it's here, I can plait absolutely fine. But then moving it on the head, obviously the hair becomes different lengths. So when I get to the end, I'm like, how do you get to the, and I'll end up with like hair like that where some hair's finished and do you know what? But yeah, I'm trusted to do it, but I feel like every time I do it, it is criticized. See,
with me, like, I won't do Kida's hair. I'll take it out, but I can't do what Sherrod does. It's just like,
the thing is, well, your kids have got like, you know, proper Afro-Caribbean type curl hair. Jess's hair is more easy to manage because it's quite fair. Jada's is thick. Like my hair's quite thick. Hers it seems like fairer than mine, but like put Jess in a ponytail and the ponytail goes straight down. But Jada's in a ponytail and it goes like it's so odd. But what's good is that, and you'll find it a bit more as well, is that I'm at a stage where I can ask the girls, what do you want to wear? And they'll go, this and that and this. I've had times where I've got a top on. Jess has started to say to me, that top doesn't go with those bottoms, Daddy.
It's already there. I mean, when I dress the kids, again, similar to you, I'll put out, a top and the bottoms, and then, come back and it's changed. And it's like, okay, I just don't say that, you know what I mean? But with Zaire, it's easy. Obviously, he's a boy. With Kida, slightly different. During the week, because she's at, nursery, we have different clothes in it for during the week than any other time, like the weekend. So it's pretty easy to just kind of mix and match and stuff. But Sherelle does like to dress her, a certain way and stuff. So sometimes I'll just, when it's bath time, I'll shout down and say, it's bath time. And then the kids will come up, and then Sherelle will come up, and then the kids will go in the bath, and then Sherelle will just come up just to pick out the clothes, put it down and stuff. So yeah, but that's how we kind of do things. But the poll, so the results were 77% of people said, no, that
they do not trust us men to dress our kids.
No. And the other 23% was a yes. Now, I think that was, I can't remember how many people, I think it was over 50 people managed to vote. So thank you to all of those people.
And I guess on that note with interaction, we've got one more message.
Hey guys, me again. Just thought I'd just throw out there. So many ways you can get in touch with us. As you can see, we've got the Twitter and the Facebook. But going on from that, I just kind of want to invite people to just get in touch, hit that compose button, write an email, whether it's an opinion, whether it's wanting to get involved in the show, or just share your worst dad joke, just to have it read out. It'd just be really good to hear from people. We know we've got people listening. We get verbal feedback, but it'd be nice to get things kind of digitally and on the airwaves just so that we're able to share it with everybody else. Yeah, this will be the last time I interrupt. Back to those gorgeous guys in the studio.
Welcome back to Dadcast with the man, Dan.
More of my voice. Hope you enjoy it.
Okay, so we're carrying on the theme of places where we want to take our kids. But we're going to talk about holidays. Holiday destinations. I've only ever been on holiday once with Sherelle, and I've never taken the kids on holiday before. And there is a number of places where I want to take the kids. The reason why I haven't taken them on holiday yet is because I want their first memory, going on holiday to be a memorable one. I want them to be able to remember it. And with Kida being 3 and Zaire being 5, I think Zaire will remember, but I don't think Kida will. Doesn't mean that we can't take them on a UK holiday or something, but I just think I want to take them to somewhere like Disneyland, and I just don't think that she'll.
Yeah, the thing is, everybody's different, but I was similar to you in that I know people that have taken under 3s abroad. And I've gone, I wouldn't take an under 3 abroad just because I guess I'm a bit stingy. But I just feel like, why am I putting this extravagant cost on a child going abroad to another country that they will never remember? We have gone on like caravan holidays and things like that within the UK with the kids, because I remember sharing with Nicola's auntie and like her family. And we had Jess, who wouldn't sleep in the travel cot. So we ended up on a night sleeping in like, I'll call this a H, like a capital H. So you had me, you had Nicola, Jess. And it was just, you'd wake up and, or we'd be a lowercase n. So it'd be me, Nicola, Jess. And like, I'd wake up sometimes with like a foot on my face, and you'd like reset her in the bed and stuff like that. But she was mobile then. So that was around 1 or 2. But yeah, it is that thing where I'm not much of a holiday person, and there was another discussion. So I class going on holiday for a week as 5 nights. I understand that a week is 7 days, but I feel like if I say I'm going on holiday for the week, 5 nights is enough. Nicola does not agree. On holidays, are you happy to go for 5 nights, or do you feel that's not enough?
I mean, with the kids, I'm definitely happy to go for 5 nights. I think that's more, more than enough. I don't know. I think for me, if a week is if I'm going away with Sharon a week, I want 7 days.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And if I see it like that, I think 7 days might be a bit too much for the kids, maybe. But I think 5 days is enough for them.
The thing is, we went to Wollacombe last Easter, and the girls absolutely loved it. Nicola, we all loved it. It was really great. There's quite a few of us that went, and it was one of those where 5 days I felt like that was cool. We left, we had a good time, and people still wanted more. It wasn't like killed off, because the thing that I don't want to happen is we go on holiday and we we stay too long and you get a point where the kids are fed up or you're fed up of being stuck in this place with the kids, but we've paid for another 4 days, so we're staying for another 4 days. Like, I don't want to ever have to kind of go through that. But like, yeah, thinking about big holidays, me and Nicola spoke about wanting to take the girls to Disneyland Paris. I think Nicola went when she was like 14, 15, and she said she had a good time, but she wants to take the girls whilst they're still really big on like the princesses and the magical element to it. I'm going to give a friend a shout out, a mother, Amy. I know that Amy, although, soon hitting dirty 30, I know that Amy really loves princesses, so it doesn't matter to her what age she ever goes to Disneyland. Every time she goes, it's magical, and she can't wait to take her little one, Alyssa. But yeah, we want to take them on that big holiday. I think after me and Nicola went abroad for the first time together when we got married, that was our first time going like without parents or anybody organising anything. And we've seen actually we could possibly do it with the kids. So I think it is like more realistic that we'll try and get them somewhere at Disneyland. Jess is telling me she wants to go to Spain, she wants to go to France. But the reason why she wants to go to France is for chocolate croissants. Because in Jess's head, there's going to be chocolate croissants everywhere. That's stuff my 7-year-old says. What about you, Kenny? What's your big holiday? You looking at Disneyland? Or?
Disneyland, Disneyland, Florida or Orlando, wherever. Orlando, Florida. So Disneyland. In America, I would love to take my kids to Portugal. I think Portugal has always been. I know a lot of people have told me that Portugal's a really good like family destination, the Algarve and stuff. So I would definitely like to take them there.
I think the thing that's really good is that it makes good business sense. I haven't heard many people say of a country that is not child friendly. Obviously, there might be people who are a bit troll and sense of humor talking about war-torn countries. Obviously, I'm not talking about that as a holiday destination. But what's been really good, there was a lady I used to work with over at City Academy, and every year in October half term, her and her family would go to Magaluf. And I remember the first time she said it, I was like, taking your kids to Magaluf. There's a nickname that sounds like Magaluf. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, she says, no, you go in October, soft season, all the party goers are gone, and it's a really nice, quiet place to go. And yeah, and it just, back then, it changed the way I sort of looked at things, and I realized actually you can pretty much go anywhere. I was just thinking, a story pops in my head from Disneyland. Kelly, who works, probably going to bleep out the name, shouldn't mention her companies, but she had a video, I think it was her, had a video of her son, and when she said that they were going to Disneyland, they knew they were going on holiday, and he thought they were going to Cornwall. When she said they were going to Disneyland, he started crying and saying, I want to go to Cornwall. Frankly, I think he did have a good time at Disneyland. I'm hoping that it is the right one. Obviously, loads of people had kids and kind of had the stories, but I feel like it was her son that done that one. Will you do the video when you tell your kids? Like one day when you go to Disneyland, are you going to do the video?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll probably say yeah and then forget.
I imagine like my girls would just scream. Like if I told them, they would just scream at the top of their lungs.
Zaya would probably be like, what's Disneyland? Oh, Disneyland.
Just going to quickly go into our dad hacks. So the one that I have thought has been really good, sorry, this isn't necessarily global. I don't know how things work in other countries with schooling and things, but looking at taking your kids away in school holidays. Because in the UK, it's quite strict on things with attendance and not taking kids out of school. And when it comes to taking your child on holiday during the school holidays, you find that loads of places in the UK, it becomes peak costs where things end up costing like 3 times the price as it would the week before. What me and Nicola have noticed is that in 2018, the Easter holidays in Bristol is slightly different to other places in the Southwest. I'm not sure about nationally, but I know definitely in the Southwest. So what we've looked at is in Devon, the first week of our school holidays in Bristol, they don't go on holiday until the week after. So the holiday camps down there, you're getting as if it was just any other week. So what cost us, I think it was like £300 to £400 accommodation, which again isn't too bad for the week. But it's actually only costing us like, I think it's less than 200 quid this time, like 140 or something. And it's an upgraded place that we're staying in compared to where we were. Same place, same, what's it called, like camp or whatever. But yes, so we're looking forward to that. So just one of the things that my dad hack is, look into your local school holidays and see if it's different to anywhere else in the nation. Because it might be a bit of a pain going on a 3-4 hour drive with your little ones, but if you're able to save like 200 quid, you can spend it on so many things in preparation for the holiday or whilst you're there. So yeah, I guess that's kind of my dad hack. Look at the local holiday listings.
Where would you be without this guy and his hacks? Where would you be? Well, I suppose that takes us to the end of this show. Guys, as always, can you please make sure that you email us and let us know, if you have any questions for us, if there's anything we can support you with. Like we've always said before, my voice is going. Like we've said before, you can seek solace in the mandem, ask us questions. We can give you some answers which are based on our experiences, We will try
to won't necessarily be right. They are all opinion based. We will find scientific facts where possible.
Leave your child to cry. It's all right. Just let them cry, man. It's okay.
But yeah, so if you want to get in touch with us, it will be just going along here, the Twitter and the Gmail. So it's at dadcastwtmd. You can also email us, dadcastwtmd@gmail.com. Please always remember to like, comment, subscribe to the channel just to make sure that you're always in the loop. Our next push that we really want, we've got our Facebook page now, so it's facebook.com/dadcastwtmd.
Yes, correct.
So make sure you like the Facebook page. I've been trying to add a few GIFs, and again, when I find these deals on Hot UK Deals, I tend to try and share those. And then community projects that are going on, we try and share them as much as possible that link into, supporting young families and, supporting any families and young children. Just want to give a shout out to Up Our Street, because our article was in the local magazine, the autumn edition, so that was really good. It was really nice to read that. Kinney even got spotted.
Yeah,
I bet he felt like a celebrity.
Hey, it was cool, I mean, like, shout out to Sensi.
Sensi, okay.
You know who he is, yeah. Just on the street, saw her and just started talking to her, and she was with her mum, and she just was like, yeah, you're from the Up Our Street. Is it you? Is it? It's like, yeah. And they're like, oh, you're doing a really, really good job. Young black males, being good role models as fathers and stuff. It's nice to hear that. It's definitely nice to hear that. But we're just trying to help help other, young fathers, older fathers, just all fathers, support each other.
Most definitely. And it's having this conversation. And I think it's also the thing where it's called Dadcast with the Mandem, and we're talking about fatherhood, but again, with mums, you guys have a completely different view to us. We feel that there's a few more forums for ladies to talk about it, but that doesn't mean that we don't want to hear from mums as well, and kind of hearing those things, because it's just, it's all about that conversation and kind of.
If you're telling us that we don't know what we're talking about,
tell us. Because I tell you what, the ladies at home, they've got no problem telling us.
Oh no. But yeah, please, again, comment. We encourage feedback, whether it's negative or positive. It's all feedback. It's very important for us moving forward and in terms of improving the show. So, again, we like to do things differently every month, and we might do something different next month. But yeah.
Well, just saying that, you'll notice that there is no topic for next month. We're going to surprise you. We're doing things a little bit different. And yeah, I guess on that note, there's nothing else to say, but
fatherhood
doesn't come with a manual. Thank you.
Right.